yoga teacher, maybe you have chosen this path for your personal purpose, or maybe later on you may take it as a career or profession. No matter what is that things, but you must know what exactly, at least it can benefit you. If you're not converting it into the profession, that's fine. But this yoga and ayurveda are science which actually is made for preventive purpose and for self care. Okay, so there are common goal of two science, although there are two things, but they have common goal. Like in our body also, if you see human body, we have, two hands, two legs, two eyes, two ears, but everything has their, one goal, one action, or one function is there, even if the structures are two. So similar way, I always say in my introduction that yoga and ayurveda are two sides of one coin. Okay, so that coin has one function, like, but it has two sides. Again, I can compare this, when we travel. So if you are traveling by train, there are two track, but the train is going with that two track at same destination, right? There is not like one track is going somewhere else, other track is going somewhere else, not like that. Both track is taking you towards one goal. So train is going at one place. So similarly, as a yoga teacher, you should know Ayurveda also, because they are complementing each other. Okay, so if one just learn yoga, they may not be that much perfect or skillful if they don't learn Ayurveda. What exactly Ayurveda? I'm not saying you need to take 5.5 year course Ayurveda. So even if you know basic, that will be enough to at least, take it further as a, complete understanding about yoga and Ayurveda. Now let's understand what are common things between two. So there are, one language which is very common, both scripture. If you read some books in yoga books or Ayurveda books, Patanjali Yoga Sutra, you might have been, learning in yoga study. But Ayurveda book, where Charak Samhita, Sushrut Samhita, these are the scripture which are there, which actually tells us about what Ayurveda and how it helps for prevention of health and treating the people. These are the two goals which are common. But language, if you don't know language, you cannot, learn anything. So Sanskrit is the common language which are basic of both the, science. So you should have basics of basic understanding of Sanskrit, or you should have some teacher who can explain you what is written in Sanskrit in your language. Okay, that's why you need teacher to learn this science. You cannot learn by yourself. Reading books, you cannot become, yoga teacher or Ayurveda person. So you need teacher. Second, philosophy. Now both science has common philosophy, that is Sankhya philosophy. Yoga itself is actually one of the philosophy among these six philosophy which we have it in Indian, Indian darshan. We say the darshan. Okay, Indian philosophy, we have six philosophy, and yoga philosophy is one of them. But yoga philosophy also, joins the Sankhya philosophy. Only one principle which is not common in yoga and Sankhya is Ishwar. Otherwise, both are, following those kind of principle. Now, Ayurveda also joins them. So, Ayurveda and yoga actually follow Sankhya philosophy. Okay, where it is, there are, then we come across with 25 elements of our human existence. That our body is made up of these 25 elements. Because after all, while learning this yoga, what exactly your point of action, who is your main subject? Human body, right? Human body is the subject. You can do yoga with human body, or you can, give some medicine, Ayurveda, do some oil massage, anything. It is you're doing on human body, right? And that's why then again the whole focus comes into that one point, that is human body. And this human body, how Ayurveda perceive human body is completely different perception than the modern science. Because modern science may be, looking at you just as, the structural point of view. Or if you fall sick, maybe you're going to the doctor taking medicine, so doctor may treat your that symptomatic relief. They are not looking at your body as a whole. And that's why we need to have understanding of human body with the lens of Ayurveda and Yoga. Because that is how we see body differently. Now, how body is differently seen by Ayurveda, these two science. We have three existence, three parts of this body. We don't say that body is just the structure or physical aspect. We see that there is a physiological aspect, there is a emotional aspect, there is some kind of intellectual aspect and spiritual aspect. These are the 5 layers which has been explained in our Vedas. Okay, so but basically, if we just divide this into the 3 simple sections, one is gross body. Gross body means what? You and me see each other. So that, that physical aspect, we can directly, see the person. So that is gross one. Then comes subtle. Subtle is what? I cannot, 100% sure that you are present in the class. Your mind is maybe somewhere going here and there, right? Your sense organ may be also listening somebody else around you, right? So like that, that subtle aspect of our human existence, just person knows that where are they. That's why we do conditioning in the starting of yoga class or even Ayurveda class, because at least we need presence of mind and complete human being in the class, so that to explore this knowledge, right? Then the third aspect is, what is the cause of this, how this body is emerged out. So we call it as a Karan Sharir, causative body. Okay, so Karan Sharir, Sukshma Sharir and Sthula Sharir. Like that, we have three aspects of human existence, right? And we all have it. Now, there is no such a thing that we cannot, divide, and I cannot tell you, okay, this is gross body, this is Sukshma body. No, the most of the part, right? Subtle and causative body, I cannot show you structure. And we see that it is one continuum, Gross body is continuum of Sukshma body. Sukshma body is continuum of your causative body. So there is no separate things which we can do it. And that's why we see human body is as a whole body of having all three existence. Now, this is number one, which you need to understand as a yoga teacher. So whenever you do yoga class for your student, so first of all, if you learn Ayurveda, you will understand that whole body and not just one part of body, right? And that's why you become more skillful actually while giving yoga practice, because you understand that human being as a separate, as well as what is the problem, in what section that person is suffering, and where you need to actually work on it. So you will be able to detect the root cause of the problem, right? And that's why like Shafaq already explained, autoimmune disease been cured or been given that the formula accurately, and it's been given absolutely very good result. Why? Because the root cause been captured nicely by those two signs, right? Now, we understood now 2-3 things. First is the basic, that is Sankhya philosophy. We understood how we perceive body, right? And then third thing, now whole this section, we say that another understanding about human existence is body, mind, and soul. These three words you will again and again come across while reading books, yoga books: body, mind, and soul. So under these 25 elements, if you have studied Sankhya philosophy, you will understand that, okay, what then body means. So in Ayurveda, we say that Vata, Pitta, and Kapha is actually, main vital energy or body constitute are there. In yoga books, you will find Sattva, Raja, Tama. These are the qualities of the mind, right? And this Vata, Pitta, Kapha, physical constitution, and Sattva, Rajatama, mental constitution, both comprising and working for the one, that is soul, right? So when we have this complete, you cannot only, if you are yoga teacher, then you will only know that Sattva, Rajatama. Okay, we know that Patanjali Yoga Sutra is actually Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha. Means Chitta means mind, body, intellect. Chitta doesn't mean equal to mind. It's mean mind, body, intellect. Man, buddhi, ahankar means mind, intellect, and ego complex. But where is ego? So for that purpose, you need to learn Sankhya philosophy. Mhm. And then you come to know, okay, this is the mind. Mind is nothing but the byproduct of this, combination of this ego principle, which evolution tree is there. There is a Sattva, Rajatama, and after that, you will see mind. And then mind is connected with all these five sense organ, your five organ of action. We have this five sense organ due to which we get knowledge. Okay, then this knowledge which you are getting, it goes to the mind, your brain, your frontal cortex. Then your brain thinks, and then it gives order to your organ of action to perform action, right? So like that, this whole channel is happening. So this body functions, is dynamic, but it will only function. Now whole this body, mind, soul is nothing but it is the presence of your consciousness. One common word which I would like you all to note it down in capital letter, that is consciousness. If you do not have that consciousness present at the moment, you will not be able to do anything. Even if you have this five sense organ or five organ of action, nothing. So both these science are working on consciousness. Now, when you learn some asana, suppose, for example, you're learning alignment with Hardik sir in the class. When Hardik sir tells you, okay, join your hands, join your legs, stand straight, align your body, take your both the legs towards your, abdomen. Then you are trying to focus your what? How do you do that? When your consciousness is there, then only you will be able to follow the instruction, right? It means that you need to have that consciousness present all the time. So why asana helps in alignment? Because asana is itself is defined in our Patanjali Yoga Sutra is Sthira Sukham Asana. You need to become stable first. If you want to be conscious, you need to have that stability in your body and mind, and stability, to understand what is the instruction, right? And sukh, sthira sukham asana. Sukh means comfortable, feeling of that blissful state of being in this body. That will be only felt if you are again present there. If you are mechanically doing something, you will not feel that benefits, right? So that's why this consciousness is the core point of both the science. So whatever you do Ashtanga yoga or you do some kind of oil massage as prescribed in Ayurveda, but it is always trying to bring your consciousness at the moment. Okay. Now whole this body is made up of, means our all this sense organ of function, everything has common principle is 5 elements, Pancha Mahabhut. Everything is based on this Pancha Mahabhut. There is one sutra where we come across that Yatha Pinde Tatha Brahmande. Right? Yeah, Yatha Brahmande Tatha Pinde. Now, what is the Brahmanda? Brahmanda means universe, and Pinda means you, individual body. Right? Pinda means individual body. I don't know how many of you have learned Siddha Siddhanta Paddhati, one Hatha Yoga scripture. In that, you will come across the 6th chapter, which is dedicated on study of Pinda. Study of Pinda. So word comes Pinda. Now, if you don't know what is Pinda means, so that is explained in the whole, those common principle. So what is this Pinda means? Individual body, which starts, tiniest life. We will discuss about this tomorrow. That tiniest form of our life starts in the mother's womb. That is called Pinda. So जो बाहर है वो सब हमारे अंदर है, जो अंदर है वो बाहर है. And that, but then what happens? Why we feel uneasy or uncomfortable, or why disease attack us? Because we are not able to align ourselves, that individual body, with the universal body, universe, or the environment around you. That's where the imbalance occurs, right? So when we align ourselves with the environment or the whatever season, local things are there, then we become, a harmonious way of, we can enjoy life actually. And that's why we need to understand these 5 elements, because this is the common thing which that individual body and universal environment has it common. What is this 5 elements? What are those 5 elements? Yes, Bhavya?
It is space, air, earth, water, fire.
Yes. I'm so happy that you have said it in sequence, which I always teach. Space, air, yes, fire, water, and earth. This should be the sequence. Now, why this is a right sequence? Yes.
From the subtlest to the grossest.
Yes. And gross to the subtle. So again, gross body, subtle body. Subtle to the gross body. This is a beauty, When you learn those, yoga and Ayurveda together, you will start enjoying life actually. Why something is there? Because now the space which is there, we the more you go, you will not find anything. There is a vacuum. But still we are in that. Everybody needs space, right? Everybody is looking for space only. If you don't have space, you feel suffocated. Space is part of our life. And wherever space, there is a air. It's automatically occupied. And both things we cannot see. It means that there are a lot of things which we cannot see, but we have to believe they are there. Right? So this is what, space and air, and these 2 elements forms your vata dosha. So in our body, these 2 things are there, in the form of vata dosha. Ayurveda tells you what is vata dosha. It is nothing but combination of space and air. Now, how do you assume these things in your body? How do you assume that this vata dosha is present in your body? What is one common function happen?
Breathing.
Breathing. And all kinds of movements happening in your body. Even our blink, we are moving, we are sitting, we are lying down, we are doing every movement just due to vata dosha. And we can move because space is there. Right? Are you all with me? So we are connecting Ayurveda also, right? So this vata dosha is nothing but, everybody, ask me, what is this vata pitta kapha? This is so complicating. Actually, it is not complicating. It is making you, understand this connection between you and your universe, right? So all kinds of movements. If you study anatomy, physiology in yoga subject, you come across with the digestion, you come across with all this respiration, you come across with all the functions of system, all are nothing but this function are nothing but vata dosha. If vata dosha is working properly, is aligned with the universe, then you will not have problem in imbalance in breathing or imbalance in anything. So if these movements get imbalance, you will have anxiety, you will have irritable bowel syndrome, you will have indigestion, you will have diarrhea, you will have constipation, right? If more vata, it can dry you. So constipation is nothing but drying. Depression, dullness is just the excess of vata. Means excess of vata, you don't understand. There is a lot of space. Oh my God, we get stuck. Too much confusion, lot of information. I don't understand what is actually right. Internet. We lost our imagination because of flooded information on the internet. So it is very important as a yoga teacher, if you want to discipline yourself, because discipline is the main message of yoga. Atha yoga anushasana. If you want to discipline yourself, you should have teacher in your life who can channelize this information in a proper way, who can guide you on the path of this life. Now let's move ahead. This is about this vata dosha. Okay, you understood what is vata. It is a combination of space and air. Now next, pitta dosha. Combination of pitta dosha is air and fire.
Fire.
Is it? Or fire or water?
It is fire and water because I think kaf is fire and air. Sorry.
No, kapha is not fire and air. I'm
Okay.
coming to that.
Sorry.
Okay. So it's a space and air is vata dosha, fire and water is pitta dosha. So what is the quality of this now? Fire, hot, heat, right? And its movement is upward. आग लगती है तो वो नीचे आग बढ़ती है या ऊपर बढ़ती है? Fire upward. And water का direction downward. So opposite. So two opposite elements are there in the pitta dosha. And you know what? This condition everybody has in young age. You find yourself all this guna of pitta dosha. whatever your prakriti might be, the core prakriti, but you have this, transition. Always there are, transition happening as per your stage of life. So pitta dosha, you will have, anger is nothing but mental representation of your pitta. Getting angry, feeling hot, or all your digestion is happening because inside your body also there are fire. There are 13 types of fire which has been mentioned in Ayurveda. It's not one fire. There are 13 types of Agni present in our body. Major Agni is your digestive fire, your Jatar Agni, or we say that hydrochloric acid which is present in the stomach. It represents that fire in you. Acid. Hydrochloric acid pH is almost 2 or 3. It can burn. But it is not burning your stomach. Why? Yes.
Because the body is filled with a lot of water also.
There is a coating in stomach. If you see, there are layers of stomach. There is coating which prevent that, that acid not to burn that. But if same food or if that acid goes up or down, you will start feeling acidity, chest burning. Acidity क्यों होता है लोगों को? Because the upper part of your this alimentary canal do not have that coating, and also the next part, that is duodenum of your digestive tract, do not have that coating, so it can burn, it can give ulcer, duodenal ulcer, or your the digestive what we call it as a tube, your food pipe, esophagus. Internally it will burn, you will have that ulcer. So that means imbalance of this fire, imbalance of acid may cause some many problem. It can burn you. Fire can burn you, but fire also utilized to make food, cook food, nourish you. If you just nurture that fire, use that fire right way, right? Water also same. Nowadays rainy season is going on. You see flood. Flood can destroy life, but same water can give you life if it has been there in a proper quantity, right? So that's how in our body, Pitta dosha, balancing Pitta dosha means having this fire and water element in the appropriate quantity, and we need to actually nurture those things, worship these things. How do you do that? By understanding, by going inward. Your hunger is nothing but it's indication of fire. Your thirst is indication of fire. You feel thirsty. Why? Because water is low. Now drink water. Automatically your hands will go to your water bottle. You start drinking water. Right? So this is what Pitta dosha. Simple to understand. Your body gives you signal time to time. But if your consciousness is not present, you will lose that signals. And if again and again, if you keep making those mistakes, ignoring those signals, one day you come across with some kind of major disease. So diseases are not happening at a time, suddenly you will not have any kind of major disease. The disease takes a lot of time to get into that form, and it's your mistake, your ignorance towards those signals, right? Now let's move ahead with the kapha dosha. What is kapha dosha is? Now it has combination of water and earth. water and earth. And both has gravity. Both has gravity. Both has moisture. No? Both has heaviness. Both elements. Right? So what are those areas in our body? We can say that, okay, this is the area where kapha is present, this is the area where pitta is present, or this is the area. So overall, if we see, we say kapha is present in our upper part of the body. So right now I have going on some khich khich kuch kuch, that is kapha, obstacles. So kapha can create obstacles on the path if it is getting aggravated in that track, right? So those obstacles we want to remove it. So we need opposite of it. Means kapha has coolness. Even vata has coolness. Vata and kapha both has common quality, that is cool. But there is a difference between this coolness. What is that difference? What is that difference?
One is dry, one is watery.
Yes, exactly. So coolness में वात का अगर coolness है, so there will be lot of dryness present. Now you will find this, during your winter time. Winter time, our skin become dry. Although we have that coolness in the environment and we feel, that's why we wear this sweater. We try to become, warm, feel that warm, right? But now here in rainy season also we have coolness, but we have moisture present. So कफ के coolness में moisture है, वात के coolness में what? So dryness. Now opposite to that, pitta. Pitta has heat. So if you want to balance this three dosha, if anyone is having three dosha imbalanced state or some disease state, it means we just want to balance this cool and hot property. Right? Simple? Everybody is with me? Is it simple? It's not going beyond your head, no? So let's now understand how to, balance those things imbalanced. Right? Here we come across now Ayurveda has 8 branches which has been given, those kind of therapy or prevention and all that. Yoga has given Ashtanga Yoga, 8 limbs. Now Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, you know that Yama, Niyam, Asana, Pranayam, Pratyahar, Dharana, Dhyana and Samadhi. Right? These are the 8 things which Acharya Patanjali explain in the form of all these 198 sutra in Patanjali Yoga Sutra. What you can do and all. Similarly, Acharya Charak, Acharya Sushtut, Acharya Vagbhad, these are the Acharya who have written the respective Sanhitas, and they explain about these 8 branches in Ayurveda, which deals with this human body to make this imbalance or to prevent imbalance first. First of all, we need to prevent it. And to prevent it, we should know what exactly. So now you know what is Vata, Pitta, Kapha and how it relates with Panchamahabhuta and how this Panchamahabhuta relates with human body and what is human body. Till now we have completed this, right? So now we will understand tools which has been used in the yoga and Ayurveda, to balance this heat and coolness. Okay. So in Ashtanga Yoga, we have Yama Niyama. It's like working as a psychiatric, treatment. We can say Yama Niyama is disciplining. How do you behave on the social front and personal front? We may mask ourselves on the social front. We are not true most of the time. So for that, Acharya Patanjali gives us some 5 things to follow if you really want to be, grow and develop socially. You don't need to wear mask. You should be very much transparent enough, to connect the audience. You don't need to look very beautiful. You need to behave beautiful. So your behavioral conduct matters more than your facial conducts. The just how you look, it's not important. So average, nobody bothers about your look. Then your partner. Partner also, if you just behave, he or she will accept you as it is. What matters is behavior. So yama niyam are the things which has been offered by Acharya Patanjali in the form of correct your behavior. Similarly, in Ayurveda, we have Sadavritta, Achar Rasayan. Sadavritta, how you behave again. How to behave good. What are those good behavior? Achar Rasayan means, again, the Rasayan means what? It is immunity, creating mental immunity. So those are different names they have given, but they are telling you same. Now, next is, in yoga, we have asana, which is dealing with your, most of the time we take it as a physical aspect, but yes, Acharya Patanjali told you it's a mentally, the overall aspect. Both those things, those Acharya never consider body different. So please, make it, clear with you whenever those Acharya telling you something, it is for whole body. It includes everything. Even if Acharya telling you, okay, sthira sukham, mental related, but it is also physical. That's why we need to come to the physical level to do asana. Right. So when you do asana, you come across with your all the, gross aspect of your existence. And then you slowly discipline with your body posture and you make it in the alignment, and so that you feel in oneness with yourself and you feel good. Now in Ayurveda, we have Kaya Chikitsa, that is the Kaya means whole body and Chikitsa means the therapy. So general medicine, now you come across here with some kind of medicine, herb or some oil massage or some kind of therapeutic purpose. So that is dealing with your body, okay, general medicine, Kaya Chikitsa. Now the second thing which we have is Kaumarya Bhrutya, Kaumar or Bala Chikitsa. Means it is considered in Ayurveda up to the age of 16 years, you are considered as a Kumar, as a children. Your age in up to the childhood stage, हम कब तक बोल सकते हैं? Up to 16 years, you are as a child. So 16 umar tak, whatever happens to you, if any disease or prevention of disease, it is been dealt by this particular science, that is Kaumarya Bhrutya. And here in this particular branch, here comes the subject of all this life in the womb and how you, grow and everything. So whole science of Garbhasanskar is going to be there in this particular branch, right? Now the next, third things is Graha Chikitsa. In Ayurveda, we have Graha Chikitsa that is related to Graha means what? Planet. Generally, we consider planet. Astrology में जाते हो ना आप? But here, Graha is related to psychiatric treatment, mental health related point. So in yoga, we have pranayam. आसन के बाद प्राणायाम आता है. Because we cannot control mind, we have the instrument breathe. We take the help of breathing regulation in order to regulate our mind. I avoid using word control because I strictly think like, we can't control anything. Actually, we can regulate. So I restrain myself nowadays because, and book में भी, बहुत सारे books में भी आप पाओगे कि control बड़े बड़े लोगों ने control लिखा है. but it's a self evolution and self learning and self understanding, and giving that thing, that meaning to your student as a teacher. So I will like you to also use word regulation instead of control. So pranayam is regulation of your breath instead of control or stoppage of your inhalation and exhalation. It's a regulation. And for that regulation, at some point, you need to take a pause in between inhalation and exhalation. That is pranayam. That is what Acharya Patanjali means. Tasmina sati shwasa prashwasa yorgati vicheda pranayam. That is pranayam. Now, in Ayurved, we have this graha chikitsa. Here, now to treat this, we can use pranayam also. Psychiatric, साइकोलॉजी के लिए हम वो प्राणायाम का उपयोग कर सकते हैं. And we have many other treatment, that is Sattva-Vijay therapy, which has been explained in Ayurveda specifically to enhance Sattva Guna. What we need to do. So we have this Sattva-Vijay Chikitsa in Ayurveda to treat this mental health issue. 80%, more than 80% people are suffering from stress and all this mental health disorder nowadays. And it is capturing your body as well later on. Right? So body, mind are just affecting each other. Then we come across with the Shalakya branch. What is Shalakya branch? It is dealing with your sense organs, specifically ear, nose and throat. ENT के पास जाते हो आप, eye ophthalmologist के पास जाते हो. So we have in Ayurveda even those things. People think that okay, Ayurveda क्या सिर्फ वो herbal medicine, massage, alternative medicine जो आपके mind में था. But see, Ayurveda has this specialization. We have special treatment for your eyes. We have special therapy for increasing, enhancing quality of listening. And all the diseases which is related to the part which is above shoulder dealt here in this particular branch, Shalakya Tantra. Then we come across with the this Shalya Chikitsa, that is surgery. Even we do surgery. Many people not aware about it, that Ayurveda has surgery or not. I really don't like when people use Ayurveda as a complementary medicine. And I feel so bad when on the WHO also it is written as a complementary medicine. Ayurveda, yoga should be the primary. Modern medicine should come as a complementary actually. Because these are ancient wisdom. And this whole wisdom are not manual made things. It came from the imagination of that, intuitive knowledge came directly in the minds of all those meditative sages, people who have meditated, and out of that imagination, this knowledge came out. So it's the eternal science. It's not man-made science. So it should be primary. Right? Then we have in yoga, we have pratyahara. Pranayam ke baad pratyahara. What is this pratyahara actually working for? It is a bridge between your internal and external existence. Antaranga yoga and bahiranga yoga को जोड़ने वाला एक ब्रिज है प्रत्याहार. मतलब opposite आहार, प्रति. Anu means anukul, means the favorable. Prati means unfavorable. Now why this is there? Because see, our all sense organ, if you look at your body, see each other, we can see each other. All these two eyes looking front, mouth open outward, ear want to listen laterally what is happening. Everything is just looking outward. So this yoga science and Ayurveda wants you to use this all sense organ internally. Look within, listen what's going on, feel what is happening inside you. right? And if you don't, because it's very hard to do that, actually. We cannot sit silent, just closing eyes and doing nothing. Can't do. And that's where then we have to, give you some kind of, games, like just use your body, use your breath. These are just the instrument given to the human mind so that they can just be diverted, slowly, steadily towards inward. We are still child. That's why we need this instrument. And in Ayurveda, we give body massage, we give head massage, we give foot massage, oil massage. Why? Because while doing massage, you get connected to your skin. You feel good. You become conscious. Right? So this is the beauty of both the science when you, do it. Bhavya, I'll take your question later. Please hold up. Now, these there are so many things now. Cleansing ke liye, agar if you have some, you can't do directly asana, or you can't do directly any kind of medicine unless and until you have the path clean. So in yoga we have shata karma, cleansing things. If you have lot of kapha in your body, kapha means, now water and earth combination वाले चीजें है, रास्ता क्लियर नहीं है. अभी रेनी सीजन में ट्रैवल करने जाओगे, कहीं पे पेड़ गिरा है, कहीं पे पानी वाटर लॉगिंग है, तो वो क्लीन नहीं तो आप आगे जा नहीं सकते, राइट? Similarly, if inside our body, if something is obstructing, so you need to first take it away. And for that, yoga has given this cleansing method of Shatakarma. And it is only recommended in Hatha Pradipika. It is clearly mentioned whoever have that increase in kapha, these people are actually indicated to go for Shatakarma. Not everybody. So जो ये नाक में पानी डालना, जल नेति, वस्त्र धोती, वमन धोती, all these, cleansing, they are for kapha people, not for vata and pitta. So half relief, because doing this is something kind of, advanced thing. People literally has fear in mind. Even me too have fear. Now in Panchakarma, also we do same, but only here we use medicine different. Means like if we use Nasya, we have Nasya, we have Vaman, we have Virechan, we have this Basti therapy, which is nothing but it is doing the cleansing. So all these methods are using to balance your Vata Pitta Kapha. Now, Vaman or even Jal Neti, all these are cleansing your kapha, which is placed in the upper part of the body. Because basically, in our whole body, kapha stays in the middle track, pitta stay in the, kapha is upper part, pitta in the middle, and vata in the down. Now, Basti is considered as the king of the treatment in Ayurveda. Why? Because without movement, your pitta and kapha are actually very much, we can say it's a kind of क्या बोलते हैं उसको, पित्तः पंगु, कफः पंगु, पंगु मलधातु. Pangu means what we call it. Please help me with that word. Sometimes I just lost some word. So they can't work actually.
Disable जैसे पंगु मतलब disable या मतलब
हाँ disable, हाँ disable हो जाते हैं. Vata cannot work because if Vata working properly, then Pitta and Kapha can function appropriately. So Vata is considered as primary, important part. And इसीलिए pranayam में भी, this Ashtanga Yoga में pranayam is the king. If you learn pranayama properly, your Vata is balanced and accordingly your Pitta and Kapha can be balanced. Similarly, in Ayurveda, if Basti treatment been done, because Basti is mainly working on your lower part of the body, that is Vata dosha. If Basti done, you don't need to go for many other treatment because your 80% problem is solved there. So always have that cleansing done, take basti. Basti is, many people consider equivalent to enema nowadays, but in basti, Ayurvedic way of basti is different than the modern enema, because we check patient, we see what is required, and accordingly decoction been made or oil been used in, inserting in the your anal region or the other part if required, right? So that's it. Now let's move ahead. Shalya Chikitsa. So we have even surgery. Okay. This surgery, if and so Acharya Sushrut actually is the pioneer of surgery. He is the first person who did plastic surgery. And all today modern science, which is very much in the front for surgery and all, they learned from this Acharya Sushrut. They have learned, means if they don't know Acharya Sushrut, they can't become surgeon. But I'm so sad they don't give this acknowledgement to the source. And I'm happy here listening, you all people are giving credit to your teacher Hardik and Prutha, because that is one quality which will take you ahead. If you acknowledge your teacher, it's a great things you do. You have the blessings of your teacher with you. Even if you go away from them, blessing will remain there. And many students, I even taught so many students, hardly few people acknowledge later on. Once they, start flying, they just forgot their teacher. They don't even mention them. It's very important part. And that's why whenever, means this knowledge which I am sharing with you, it's not my knowledge. It's all of those sages. I am the medium. I learned that and I'm passing it in a that way what Acharya wants to do it or tell other people. We can be medium. I cannot be resource of all this wisdom. I can just be a medium. So we should be thankful to all those Acharya who have done this for us. So surgery, remember Ayurveda has surgery as well. Okay. And this many people don't like to go for this cut and all. Ayurveda has many modification in surgery, like treating piles, fistula.
Can you hear?
No, I think she's stuck.
Yeah. Let her connect back. Yes, ma'am. I think so. Your connection was lost.
Yes, my connection has lost.
Now we can hear you.
Yes, sorry for that. Okay, am I there now? Okay, let's continue now. So here we were at surgery, Shalya Chikitsa. Okay, then comes Agat Tantra. Agat Tantra is what? It's a science for dealing with poisons. Because that time, even today, okay, when I have posted to the rural hospital, we have seen patients of scorpio bite, snake bite, and we have treated them. If you go to the village, you will have such a kind of patient there. So Agat Tantra is dealing with how to deal with this snake bite or scorpio bite or whatever poisons, even the food poison which we have. Even understanding forensic medicine or medical law comes under this particular branch. Okay. Then comes Rasayan. Rasayan is what? Rasa Ayan. Rasa means your first dhatu in your body as per Ayurveda scripture. Because human body, other than having Vata, Pitta, Kapha, we have Dhatu in our body. Dhatu means the support system, the tissue. We cannot equivalent them as a tissue. Many people tells us on the internet it's a tissue, but it's basically more than tissue. Okay? Dhatu is that which is holding your body, actually. So all your system, anatomy, physiology, everything. When I teach in my Ayurveda anatomy and physiology, I have design whole course on the basis of those pattern. And I also have this basic course of Ayurveda for all this, because 2 hours is not enough to learn this. Then also I'm trying my level best to connect you with yoga and Ayurveda and make you understand how it is there. So this dhatu word here, you come across with that rasa dhatu, which is the first dhatu. When you eat food, it digests, and first form of food is nothing but rasa. When it goes through your digestive system and then it passes to the small intestine. So it only passes if that rasa dhatu is been made. And problem starts if this digestion doesn't happen, then accumulation of this rasa dhatu, and when it remains for the longer time in that space, then it convert into poison, and that poison is nothing but we call it as a ama, undigested form of food, and that is the root cause of all diseases as per Ayurveda. And hence rasayan become very primary treatment to prevent you from building up this armor and enhancing the quality of rasa, because the more good form of rasa present in your body, then it will be healthier, means immunity develops, you are immune person. So rasayan also means the treatment which is done that preventing you from the aging. It doesn't mean that कि आपका age बढ़ना रुक जाएगा. It just means even if you are at the age of 75, you reached means your age maybe numbers may be 75, but maybe you will look like 57. That is the beauty of rasayan. When you do rasayan chikitsa, you will look younger than your age. So it is one of the even geriatric therapy. Also, it is a beauty therapy. Sabko young dikhna hai na. Mainly ladies do not want to look older. So preventing you from the aging means when it will be prevented when you fall less sick, or if you fall sick, you immediately resume back. That will make you, better in your body and mind. Right? So रसायन में वो किया जाता है. इसमें डायटिक्स भी है, इसमें लाइफस्टाइल भी है, you will come across with some guidelines, how to eat, how to lead your life and everything. And in our yoga, we have dharana, dhyan, antaranga yoga. Now, dharana is concentration. Dhyana is result of concentration. Right? The more concentrated you are, the more you will get into dhyana state. If you are listening me completely here, you might be in a dhyana state. So it all depends on how much you are present, how much you are one with the things. One time, one thing. That is what concentration. Oneness with the subject or object, whatever there is in front of you. And that result into meditation state of your mind. Then even if there are a lot of noises outside or happening, it doesn't matter to you. We can't control external world, but we can have a control on our internal world. We can regulate our internal channels. And to be very calm, quiet, even if mess is around us. Right? So that is rasayan and that is dharana, dhyan. Now, samadhi. Samadhi तो आपको पता है वो तो टाइम लग जाएगा, बहुत सारी एजेस, वन लाइफ इज नॉट इनफ टू गेट समाधि. So it is a byproduct of whatever you have done, with your yama, niyama, asana, pranayam, and all that things. Okay, that is the ultimate freedom state. Here, Ayurveda gives you Vajikaran therapy. What is Vajikaran? You will see yoga says take samadhi and Ayurveda says Vajikaran. Vaji means horse. To create that horse kind of energy in you so that you can reproduce. Well, healthy child. You have good fertility. You have good oja in you. Because reproduction can also give you that ultimate freedom. That state of that oneness. You can't produce child if you don't have oneness with your partner. Mentally, physically, spiritually, everything. If you're just physically present and if you have producing child, that will happen. But then there will be a lot of problem with your child, and the whole things you are dealing, whole life is dealing with that problems. So Vajikaran is the special, branch which has been mentioned by Acharya. There is a purpose of this. Remember, if they have written, there is something special about it. So it's not just taking some kind of medicine to increase your, virginity or fertility, It's not like taking ashwagandha, you will start, enjoying sexual life. That is not the main purpose of this Vajikaran. Vajikaran is because human have 4 important goals as per yoga, as per Veda. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Those are the 4 important human goals we have. Dharma means duty, performing your duty. Okay. If you do better work today, you will be definitely successful tomorrow. There is no doubt about it. Doing duty completely is the important part of your action today. Right? Then second, if you do duty, you will have your good, kind of life. How? Because then you will earn money. Second is artha. You will have money if you do good duty. People hardly bear if you don't work, you will be taken off from the work. आपने योगा अगर अच्छा सिखाया आपके क्लाइंट को, तो आपके क्लाइंट और साथ में रहेंगे, 2-3 कोर्स और ज्वाइन कर लेंगे. अदरवाइज एक कोर्स करके भाग जाएंगे आपसे, अगर आपने नहीं किया है आपका ड्यूटी. So how well you can connect your people for the long term, that will give you money as well as fame. And that will be providing you to enjoy, fulfill your desire. That is third goal, that is kama. Kama is desire. It's not just sex. All kinds of desire. We all have desire. Actually, because of desire only we are here in the life. Because some desires has not been fulfilled. So we have taken birth. And to fulfill this, we should have this duty as well as we should have this money, fame, name, everything. Then we can fulfill our desire. And then this way also you can attain last goal, that is moksha, that is samadhi, whatever, ultimate freedom of being happy. But then here, now we will go back to that duty part. When you are in the childhood stage, your duty is to study, to understand, to make yourself equipped so that you can deal with your next stage of your life, that is grihasthashram, when you enter into the marriage life. Nowadays you see, marriage is not like कि हाँ आज एक partner के साथ, after 2-3 years second partner, third partner, divorce, fights, it's not long term companion We don't have nowadays because it's become so easy. Divorce system is so easy nowadays. You just sign the paper and you are away from that. But when that whole family system been built up during those times, it means that when you enter in the grihasthashram, you are bound to do your duty towards your partner. You are bound to, you know, take the responsibility of all the things, bad or good, happening together in that particular period of life. And one important duty is having child. Reproduction is your dharma. You can't say no to your partner then. If obviously there are some time when women, men both have some kind of, you know, problem, stress at times, you know, you don't want to go for it, but then you also have the mindset to understand that and cope up with, adjust and go ahead. But yes, you need to take one common decision at some time where you are going to have your child on right time. So that is also been explained here. And that's why Vajikaran required here. I'm telling you all this related to this Vajikaran, why Vajikaran has been. And to do that, you should have that oja or the power. You should not always disappoint your partner. And don't take sex as one just the mechanical way, physical intimacy. It's more than that. It's a spiritual act. We don't talk about sex on the social front. But if you talk, you know, something which is logical, everybody wants to listen about it. Because it's a spiritual act. Kya spirituality hai? It's not related to any religion. Every religion have child, they do sex, right? This life is going to be there on planet Earth only if you go ahead with this act. So why to, you know, portray this act as a bad things? So, and iske liye, the ultimate, this is dealing with your last dhatu, that is Shukra. So Ayurveda has given 7 dhatu: Rasa, Rakta, Mans, Med, Asthi, Majja, Shukra. So Rasayan deals with your Rasa dhatu, Vajikaran deals with your Shukra dhatu. First and last. And obviously, middle dhatus are important for that, everything. So your digestion, your metabolism, everything depends in this Vajikaran. You cannot become, you know, this kind of having that performance level best at your, you know, this particular act, unless and until you have digested well, you have, you know, all that alignment in your internal systems. Right? And there you come with that, you know, state where you will have the healthy life. So this is how this Ayurveda and yoga are connected. Ashtanga Ayurveda, that is 8 branches, and Ashtanga yoga, I have connected them, and how you can take it ahead with all this. To do that, to become, you know, concentrated, you have to use dharana, you have to do dhyana together, partner ke saath yog karo, practice karo, you know, that will really help you. And so at some time, if needed, you can go for, you know, massage, you can go for some medicine or rejuvenating things, or do some kind of things which is giving you that environmental and individual alignment. Okay, so that is the whole things, and that needs discipline. And that is where yoga come into the picture, because you can't do unless and until you are disciplined. And somebody, even the writer of this Patanjali Yoga Sutra and Charak Samhita is the same person. Acharya Charak and Acharya Patanjali is one person. Now, we don't know how much it is true, but yes, there who is mentioned here is the principle are really, you know, same. So it all depends on how, you know, you what is your prakriti, what you like to take it ahead. Freedom is given, you know. Actually, Ayurveda is not just science of life. I define Ayurveda in my, you know, understanding. It's a science of expansion of your consciousness. First being with the consciousness, and then once you align yourself with the consciousness, you can automatically expand it as per your capacity, you know. So it's a science of consciousness, and to do that, Ayurveda tells you how to deal with the day. Ayurveda tells you how to deal with the seasonal changes or your physical body changes stage wise, you know. Everything is just around it. So dinacharya, rutucharya, all this principle is nothing but it's making your consciousness in the present moment, giving you that understanding, that feeling, being in the life. So that's it. Now I think I can take your question. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoy this whole lecture. To summarize it, we have understood what is Ayurveda, what is the purpose of you doing this TTC, and understanding the basics of Ayurveda, how this knowledge will help together to offer the best service to your client. Also, first going towards your client is secondary. First, how you can deal with self, right? And what is the basic of this dosha, how this whole 5 elements are related to this dosha, how sattva raja tama are part of this 25 elements, you know, Sankhya philosophy. We also understood the combination of both the science. These are nothing but two sides of one coin, taking us towards one goal, fulfilling that human goal, you know, performing excellent duty, then earning money, fame, everything. Everybody wants it. We can't deny that. And then fulfilling our own desire, as well as helping others to fulfill their desire by giving this knowledge, you know, using application of this knowledge, whatever you will learn. And then this itself is going to give you that contribution factor, being present in this life and helping you to attain that samadhi state. Because I always say, what is life? Life is in between birth and death. Time we spend in between birth and death. B and D. And B, between the B and D, there is one letter comes, that is C. C stands for anything you, that is life. What C stands for, you define your C. It can be connect, it can be contribution, it can be, you know, anything, whatever you feel that C is. That is life. It can be consciousness, as per Ayurveda. Right? So with this, I conclude. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. And the idea was to introduce them to Ayurveda. And I hope you guys have understood it. And the more you will, as she told, that 2 hours is not enough. It's just an introduction, a small introduction, but there is a whole science related to it. So you can always connect with her. If you guys are already interested, you can always connect with her to learn more and more about Ayurveda and Garbhasanskar also, which she will be conducting tomorrow. So, ma'am, I will have to take a leave because I will have a lecture over here. I am in Nepal, so it's 15 minutes, little bit earlier.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I am making, Preetham, I am making you a host, and then you can stop the recording. Will that be
Yes.
okay? Yeah, Preetham?
Yes, yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone.
Yes. If any question, only we can discuss here. We still have time, I guess. Yeah.
Yes, yes. You guys can take the questions.
Yes. So Bhavya, go ahead with your question. Because
So, doctor, I wanted to know that how. So, as you said, right, an imbalance of Vata Pitta and kapha creates diseases in your body, right? While what one is balanced, the others will also get balanced. But then how do I know? And there is one dominating prakriti in a person, right? Like, how do I know which is my dominating prakriti? Because my whatever actions that I take will be defined by the prakriti that I have in me. Right? So I just
Yes,
wanted to know
we will
that.
discuss. Yes.
Sure.
So
Please continue.
tomorrow we are going to discuss about Garbhasanskar. So that time I'll come to in this topic where how Prakriti forms, how it dominates, how one person has Vata, Pitta or Kapha predominancy, and accordingly how that person can understand and make some changes in the diet and lifestyle so that it can be aligned, right? So yeah, that is one question which everybody has it. So we'll discuss tomorrow, definitely. Yes, any other things related to what I discussed today, which you didn't understood or you want me to explain again? I hope you have enjoyed it.
I actually oh, sorry. Manisha ji, आप please continue करिए.
मैम बस एक चीज मुझे ऐसे ही बहुत छोटा सा ही है, बट दोबारा पूछना था कि जो ये सतो रजोगुण एंड तमोगुण जो होते हैं उनमें मतलब कैसे चलते हैं ये दोष हमारे, तो एक बार इसको और एक्सप्लेन कर देंगे आप?
हाँ जरूर. So see, now everybody has all these three dosha as well as all these three guna. Okay, we are actually made up of all those constitutes. Now sattva, you have seen in garden when you see any plant, suppose rose ka plant le lijiye. Okay, what you do actually with that rose plant, when you bring some seeds and you sow, then you nurture, and then it started growing. Then while nurturing, you give water, things, but that roots are growing where? Downward, and the branches are growing upward, right? And then one day you will find, oh wow, that the petal or the flower start coming, petal, and then it is blooming, and when it is blown, you feel so happy by seeing that flower, rose flower, right? This process, whole process. Now how it happens, let's connect with sattva rajatam. Flower is nothing but sattva part of that, which you see in after doing so much. And the branches are nothing but rajas. Without branches there is no sattva. Yes, rajas is that. And since the roots are there, which is below that soil, which is staying under darkness, that is tama. So now you tell me what is great.
Root?
Everything is great, obviously. So we cannot say tamas is bad.
You.
Or dark time or bad means when we even disease. Similarly, I take disease. Disease are not bad. Disease comes to you to tell you, please attend me. Be alert. Take care of your diet. Take care of your lifestyle. When you are admitted, if something happen, you fall sick, you admitted in hospital, what type of food you take? So tamas is nothing but it is there to make you stable. The positive part of tamas is stability. It gives you foundation. But even we need this rajas, movements also chahiye. We cannot be, means you can be stable, but you have to move. When you will move, then only there will be sattva, light will come. All the time we don't want to stay in darkness. We always try to reach toward light. And sattva is indication of light. Knowledge is indication of light. Now, till today, before 1.5 hours, you don't know about Ayurveda the way now you know. How do you feel about it after the lesson? You feel little bit lightened. Sattva. This is a sattvic state of your being here. Right? You have been moved from that darkness towards light with the knowledge. Right? Vesi. Even our Vata, Pitta, Kapha are also like that. Nothing is bad. All Prakritis are good. Every individual has their own ability to contribute. Flower cannot come directly without seed, without that roots, without branches, right? Even if it is so much beautiful. Nobody wants root, everybody wants flower. Right? So that is it. There is a deep philosophy in this. Yes, Bhavya.
I wanted to understand about these yoga surgeries that you were talking about.
Yoga surgery?
Sorry, the Ayurvedic surgeries, the what, Shala Chikitsa.
Shalya Chikitsa. See, Shalya itself means, something which is hurting you. Shalya means in Sanskrit, something which is hurting you. मन में भी शल्य होते हैं.
Right. So, डॉक्टर मुझे ये समझना था, do we have such institutes in the country जिसमें हम लोग आज भी ऐसी via Ayurveda we are doing like.
Yes, Ayurveda surgeon है.
Okay. ठीक है, मतलब I just wanted to understand how are they different from the modern science surgeries?
See, now take the example of piles or fistula. Mostly Ayurveda surgeon now more directed towards this piles, fistula, or some kind of pain. Even the shoulder, what we call it, frozen shoulder, or some stiffness. We have that Agni Karma. Means just touching that tip of the some. We take probe. We make it heated. And then we touch it, and by that touch, little bit subcutaneous touch may that ligament been pointed out that particular point, and then that has been resolved. The pain show the क्योंकि frozen shoulder का कितना सारा physiotherapy करो, so much people do, but they go through a lot of pain and restriction. So with this, it can be immediately removed because that directly act on the particular tendon and ligament.
So these surgeries do not involve cutting and opening like modern science does.
At times, if needed, yes, we do.
Okay.
Like fistula, treating fistula. So we need to cut that and take out that pus from that anal region and all that. Right. There are some kind of thread also we use, to put it in that so that the infection will not come in.
Right.
Even this piles, maybe wo Kshara Sutra, we say that we tie that particular thread around that piles and it automatically falls off.
Right.
Kind of. So yes, there are so many people who are practicing.
Thank you.
Yes. Only modern, see, I am not saying that modern science is bad because technology is so much, upgraded nowadays. Everything is upgraded and we should be upgraded, Now, see, the education doesn't limit it now one place. Now, person from Pakistan also learn Ayurveda here, right? From US, UK, we can connect through this internet, through this Zoom meeting and all. So, use technology for the benefit of the, teaching or educating or healing. But overuse will not be, giving you benefit. Overuse or less use or don't have knowledge, it is all again the kind of disease creating factor. We call in Ayurveda as a pragya aparadha or asatme indriya artha sayoga. Asatme indriya artha sayoga means disalignment with your indriya. Means if I am continuously, if I know this technology and I'm using my eyes a long time, the screen exposure. That will damage my structure or the function of eyes. So that is what asatmi indriya artha sayoga. What you are communicating, how much you are doing it. Too much watering to the plant, is it going to give you a lot of flower? Not giving water, is it going to give you flower? Same. Yes. So modern science is good. We need to use it, but optimum. Yes.
मैम एक क्वेश्चन और है मेरा कि जैसे हम लोग सुनते हैं, मे बी आप कल डिस्कस करें कि जो प्रेग्नेंट लेडीज होती है उनको कुछ टाइप के फूड्स नहीं हमें देने चाहिए, तो इसके पीछे आयुर्वेद का कोई लॉजिक है या मतलब क्या लॉजिक है, मेरे को ज्यादा समझ। तो मतलब जैसे पपाया को बोलते हैं पपाया नहीं खाना है या कुछ ऐसे है, तो क्या इसके पीछे लॉजिक है?
सो आपको पहले तो क्वालिटी ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर फूड का क्वालिटी क्या है वो पता होना चाहिए। पपाया क्या करता है, पपाया गर्म है या ठंडा है?
गरम, इसकी तासीर गरम होती है।
हाँ, तो गर्म होगा। अगर आप गर्म चीजें खाओगे तो क्या आपके वो बच्चे के लिए अच्छा फायदे कारक होगा? आंसर इज विथ यू।
नहीं मैम, हम लोग को पता तो है कि गर्म चीज नहीं देनी चाहिए, लेकिन इसके पीछे मतलब पूरी तरह से मतलब मुझे नहीं ये चीज, जैसे मैं अगर किसी को बताऊं तो लोग बोलते हैं क्यों नहीं खाना है गरम।
हाँ, तो गर्म नहीं कि बच्चे को जिंदा रखना है या
हाँ, तो मतलब
अबॉर्ट
वही
करना है?
मैं
क्योंकि
उनको
समटाइम्स वी यूज दिस थिंग्स फॉर अबॉर्शन।
ओके।
So if you are conceived, if you are baby, do you want to survive baby or do you want to kill baby? Depends on your purpose. You use ka papaya. और उनको बोलो खा के देखो, अगर नहीं मानते तो you will have the consequences, right?
नहीं, हम लोग को तो मम्मी लोगों ने यही बताया है कि नहीं खाना है, और मेरे से भी अभी किसी ने पूछा, मैंने कहा नहीं उसकी तासीर गर्म होती है, तो जब हम कंसीव करते हैं तो हमें नहीं खाना चाहिए, बट वो बोल रहे हैं कि नहीं फ्रूट है क्यों नहीं खाना चाहिए। मैंने कहा उसका लॉजिक मेरे पास नहीं है, मैं इतना
नहीं, everything like I told you, everything use, see, papaya bad नहीं है. We can't blame the fruit or anything on this planet Earth. We cannot say that it is good or bad or it has no quality. Everything has quality. But the user, it all depends on the user. अगर स्मार्टफोन बुड्ढे को दे दो जिसको कुछ भी पता नहीं, able to use it, that smartphone. You need to first teach them, right? So you in this field, being in health provider, you should first understand what is the quality of papaya. Papaya is not bad. You can't tell कि papaya अच्छा नहीं है. Yes, papaya is fruit. It has its own quality. But कब खाना चाहिए, कैसे खाना चाहिए, कितना खाना चाहिए, that is what you need to use it. That's why we have mind. Right? So वैसे, and उनको डाइटिशियन के पास भेज दो ना. Why to take stress on yourself? Everything you can't do, ना. You being yoga teacher, limit yourself, restrain, pratyahar. प्रत्याहार को फॉलो करना चाहिए. Many times we come across as a yoga teacher, when you learn Ayurveda or when you learn too much of all those things, you become confused and you fall into the track where you want to tell everything to your client. It's not yoga. Remember, yoga is skill. You should be skillful enough to know that what to use, when to use, how to use, and how much to use, or how to, when the time comes, you have to direct to somebody else. Like here, Prutha and Hardik invited me because I am an expert of this Ayurveda and Garbhasanskar. That doesn't mean they don't know this. They know this. But why to take everything in our hand when we have expert and when they can do better than us? Ultimate aim is benefiting maximum as a contributor to your client. So if you guide to the right person, they will definitely bless you. Now you all people bless Prutha and Hardik if you are benefited from my talk. because they have directed you to me. So become that director, right? अब जो बॉस होता है वो सब कुछ काम करता है क्या? डेलीगेट करता है काम. अगर किसी की कंपनी है वही सब कुछ करने लगे तो he will become mad. He can't focus on his product, enhancing the quality of the product. So delegation is the skill. So you should send such a person to dietitian. You can tell ki this much I can tell you. Now if you want deeper understanding of papaya, I have one dietitian. Please go to them. She will guide you properly, more than me. ऐसे बोल के छोड़ दो ना. Correct? Do you all agree with me? Yeah. Yes. Anything else? Okay, then shall we conclude? So you can visit my website www.drnutan.com, where you will come across, if you feel interested enough to learn this Ayurveda more. I have some self-paced courses where you can just sign up and you can watch on your space, on your time. And it's even, I have not kept it high price. It's very minimum price. So you can sign up basic course in Ayurveda. You learn that. After that, you may go ahead with knowing more deeper practical Ayurveda in daily life. So these two courses will help you to explore more about those concepts of Ayurveda, principle of Ayurveda. Yeah.